Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Cricket.
Hi everybody, welcome to the TFG Cricket Podcast. We continue with our IPL edition where we have been analysing all the teams, and there's just one left now, Delhi Daredevils, the last one. Hopefully,
can we say but not the least?
Hopefully not the last on the table. The way it's going, if anybody has been dealt a body blow, it's been the Delhi Daredevils.
Yes.
As we have analysed all the teams till now, some of them have a problem of plenty. Here also a good looking side, but two of the key performers, Duminy and Kock, out of the side. And to the extent that Rahul Dravid had to publicly say that I could have, somehow managed Duminy's absence, but Kock is a huge blow.
Never heard Rahul Dravid say these things.
Absolutely,
before,
yeah.
Now this is a body blow.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. There was so much, and it's a team with 5 wicket keepers. Yeah, so it's not that they can't replace.
And wicket keepers who can bat well.
Very well, yeah, very well.
So,
hopefully, I think at one level it might give Sanju Samson a good, confidence that he might play all 11 matches, that he won't be looked upon only as a batsman. That pressure will go off him, knowing that, okay, the duties of the wicketkeeper will come to me, and so I will anyways be a frontline batsman.
in fact, this was one of the talking points in the last edition when they didn't expose Samson enough. The success he had with Rajasthan Royals.
Exactly.
And when obviously Rahul Dravid and Paddy Upton were the chief architects behind his success. So the fact that they didn't play him was really perplexing, and you could see how demoralizing it was. His domestic season was dry. He was issued a couple of warnings from the Kerala Cricket Association for whatever reasons. And here lies his opportunity, because MS Dhoni has given up captaincy. Tomorrow he might get up and say, enough of wicket keeping, I'm only going to bat. Who is the next best keeper in the country? I know people will talk Saha, but Saha is there for test matches. What about one-dayers? Therein lies his chance.
The thing is, Samson in Rajasthan Royals has played some fabulous knocks, and I still remember him taking Malinga to the cleaners once. That is not a easy thing, and this was when Malinga was on song.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we have jumped to the wicketkeeper directly because of the Kock issue.
Yes.
But the first major problem is they need to have a captain. This is the only team 5 days into the IPL. We are just round the corner is like a understatement, and there's no captain in the side.
They've always had a problem with captaincy. Last year we saw Zaheer was named the captain, and we predicted he will not be able to play the entire tournament, exactly how it panned out. Then they gave it to JP Duminy. JP Duminy was also not very comfortable. A year before that they went to Angelo Matthews. They were all over the place. And when you see Rahul Dravid and Paddy Upton controlling the show, from the sidelines, sometimes you wonder, do they really need a captain? Especially
I think
someone who's not going to get into the playing 11 on merit, on fitness. That is a problem. Now they had, there were talks about JP leading them throughout the season. He's not there. They have 2-3 skippers, but they are not very accomplished. They obviously have Carlos Brathwaite. They have Angelo Matthews. But again, Brathwaite is very volatile. Angelo Matthews, highly injury prone. So where do you go? Whom do you pick? You're not sure about Zaheer's future either. I think they have to go for George Bailey. It was a big shocker. Nobody picked him at the auction. This is a perfect chance because he was just superb against Kings 11.
There's no. If you look at the team composition of Delhi Daredevils, George Bailey is the ideal captain for a team like that, where there are no big superstars, but you have a bunch of very talented kids and some decently accomplished players. Bailey is the guy who can, along with a Dravid, get the best out of this kind of a team.
Absolutely. You talk about kids. It is a very inexperienced team. You look at Rishabh Pant, 19-year-old. Quinton de Kock is still, he scored many runs, but he's still young.
Absolutely.
Then you have Sanju Samson. Then you have Shreyas Iyer. You have Karun Nair. all these boys are under 25.
Yeah.
Is there experience? No. JP was the only guy who had enough experience, and Angelo Matthews.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson, again, hasn't played too much cricket. So I genuinely feel George Bailey, because he is going to bat 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And that's where you need a lot of experience. All these guys can go express themselves fantastic. But when push comes to shove, they need somebody who can...
somebody who can anchor the innings, but at the same time keep a strike rate of 120, 130 going, and always a calm, cool guy. If at all, captain cool after Dhoni, it's George Bailey. There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
And but I don't see it happening. If they had any thoughts, it should have happened by now.
Yes.
And I would think their best choice, and they're just going to go back to Zaheer Khan and, thrust the captaincy on him, watch him for 1-2 matches. I don't even know whether he can complete 4 overs in each match. It's like going to be a tragedy. But the way it's going, that they are not announcing anybody, it looks like Zaheer Khan is going to be their choice.
Zaheer Khan, like you said, I don't know how many overs he's going to bowl. And then Mohammad Shami. I mean, these two are the frontline Indian seamers for Delhi.
Yeah.
Shami has also been nursing an injury for a long time. He was called in for the final test match, obviously failed the fitness test. He was asked to go back. So one wonders whether he would have fully recovered in 10 days. I don't think so, given his history with injuries.
Yeah.
Imagine if they don't have 2 frontline Indian pacers in the starting 11. Who's going to be their lead bowler? Yes, I know Kagiso Rabada and Patrick Cummins are there. But talk about one Indian pacer, I don't see any. They have 4 champion spinners. In Amit Mishra,
Absolutely.
Shahbaz Nadeem is there, Murugan Ashwin is there.
Yeah.
They have got Jayant Yadav also. So, he has a lot of variety in the spin department. But when it comes to Indian seam bowlers, who's going to put the hand up and say, boss, I'm going to shoulder the responsibility?
But in any case, whether Zaheer becomes the captain or not, the likelihood of his playing many matches was never there. So I think they'll have to depend on the Chris Morris and the spinners to actually deliver the goods. But at the same time, see, if you look back at their last season also, they started off very well.
Yes.
And
they
were
won
really
4 or 5 in a row.
Absolutely. So, and they looked so solid that it was like they would just sail into the playoffs.
Yes.
And then all the changes started happening, which is somehow very typical of a Rahul Dravid and Paddy Upton, which they did in Rajasthan Royals also.
Yes.
They keep shuffling these players. You never know for what reason. It's always been perplexing, and I think it's over-analysis of a situation.
Doesn't help.
Yeah, doesn't help because it's such a short format. And
you lose CP, you go back to the hotel, you take a quick shower, you get up in the morning, breakfast, you're playing the next game.
Yeah.
Where is the
you're
time
traveling first, you're packing
traveling
your bags.
And you're sloshed.
Yeah.
Where is the time to analyze deeply?
Yeah.
And does it really help in a frenetic tournament like the IPL?
Yeah, and except for the top 2-3 batsmen who get at least, let's say, 6 to 8 balls to settle down, the rest are just coming up with a target in mind. You are getting into the 12th over. In the next 2 overs, you have been given instructions. You need to up the run rate from 7 to 8.
Yes.
If you're chasing, the run rate is up there screaming at you. And with every ball, it's going up.
And if you fail, you're going to get the axe.
Absolutely. So everyone's role in this tournament is very, very well cut out. There's absolutely no ambiguity on what you have to do. And if a certain number of players are doing well...
Talk about ambiguity, I think you should listen to what Paddy and Rahul have to say after the match. You don't know what they're talking about. Whether it is a win or lose situation, you are confused.
Yeah.
Goodness me, what did they say? What are they going to do? And then you expect something, but they deliver something totally different.
That's happened with Rajasthan Royals also earlier. 2 of the finest minds in the business, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. But somehow, I think they need to be a little more, what's the right word for it? Probably cool. Just say, let some things happen as it is happening,
Yes.
You don't have to analyze each ball and expect something out of it. So, same happens with a Sanju Samson. You don't know whether you're playing, you don't know what number you're going to bat in.
Yes.
And he's played some nice knocks. Karun Nair, very good.
Yes.
Duminy is not there now.
They have Sam Billings,
absolutely. So finally it comes to who can utilize these players. And this team is one which actually needed a good captain.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they don't have that. Everything else, all the ingredients are there. It's a mini Rajasthan Royals at one level where you don't have these superstar performers, but utility players who together can, get you past the line.
Yes.
So I just hope they find the right captain and, just give him the full authority to, control the team and go ahead with it.
Talking about the overseas guys, who is likely to get into the playing 11? Now that we know Matthews is half cooked, Anderson is still nursing an injury, Carlos Brathwaite is busy playing against Pakistan, not too sure when he's going to get the NOC from the West Indies Cricket Board. Sam Billings is the only guy who's sure to start in the playing 11.
Chris Morris,
yes, and Pat Cummins.
Yeah, these three.
But otherwise, I don't know. Yes, Rabada might play.
They will have to. They have no bowling. I mean, they have to open the bowling with somebody.
Yes.
So you see a Cummins, the whole bowling responsibility being shouldered by Cummins, Chris Morris and Rabada. I would think that because in batting, they would depend on the Indian lineup.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
there's
and,
no
and
other.
all these guys. So talk about the batsmen, Shreyas Iyer, Karun Nair, Rishabh Pant, Aditya Tare.
Yeah.
All these guys have been a part of the IPL. They have got experience on their side. They can bat 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think they have to cover up JPs and Quinton de Kock's. Somehow they need to get somebody. I know you can't fill Quinton de Kock's boots.
My hunch says that these guys, it's a blessing in disguise that this JP is not there, de Kock is not there. It's not a blessing that they don't have a good captain. But these 4-5 names that you said of the Indian, none of them have ever got good opportunities to actually go out there and prove themselves.
I agree. And barring maybe Aditya Tare, who had a decent run with Mumbai Indians.
Even Karun Nair and Sanju with Rajasthan Royals, and they did well. But
a good runner is playing 8 to 9 matches out of 14.
And in the top order, in the first 4. Coming in and getting some time to actually, settle down and get going. So I think it just might be a blessing. The initial matches, if these guys can, seize this opportunity, they could come up with some wonderful innings. It shouldn't be very difficult.
With JP and de Kock injured, I'm not too sure how many will expect any positive result from DD. Now that could work in their favour.
That's the best way to get into IPL.
Yes.
I can tell you that.
Yes.
The best way is to be the underdog.
Yes.
Because you have these teams which are so sure of their teams on paper and they come out there thinking that it's exactly like what happens with Kings 11 in the final of the previous year.
Yes, the 2014 edition.
2014 edition or with RCB last year.
Yes.
You have a lineup of people. You expect everyone to come out there and save the match.
Yes.
But finally, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Same with Gujarat Lions.
Yes.
So, if a Gujarat Lions couldn't win an IPL, if an RCB couldn't win an IPL...
A marquee lineup doesn't guarantee you anything. It might get you into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But after that, you don't know.
So there is a good chance that if this team keeps its cool and head on its shoulders and these youngsters say,
it's still a damn good team as long as they don't experiment too much. And when I say this, if they lose the first 2, which is very much possible, because if you don't have a settled captain, this is possible. Everything can go awry, but they should not lose hope because there is talent. There is enough talent. And when you have Cummins, Rabada, Amit Mishra, Jayant Yadav, you're talking about, and Chris Morris.
They can defend
and Chris Morris, you're talking about a world-class attack. So they should not worry. Yes, Quinton de Kock, huge loss, JP, big loss, but somehow, some way, if they can find the right momentum and if they don't tinker too much with the team. I think they just need to, Paddy and Rahul Dravid needs to sit down and say, okay, this is the situation right now. These 7 are going to be my core team. I'm going to persist with them for the next 5-6 matches. Whatever happens, give them the chance, let them go and tell those 5-7 guys. Couldn't agree more. You need that core.
You need guys. You go out and do your job. Nothing is going to happen to you next 5 matches. Because I trust you completely. You have the talent. Just go out there and prove it. And that might just work for them.
It might work.
So I think if they can just do that, let's hope so.
At this point in time, we obviously can't put them in the playoffs
No
category.
way, no
we can't.
way.
But
midway, probably we can.
We'll get more clarity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But the good thing is, it's again a blessing in disguise for them that they're playing RCB in the first match.
They're playing RCB, yes.
Without a Virat and a KL Rahul now. And if by hook or by crook they manage to win that game, the morale, it will be a huge morale booster.
And obviously they are playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Yeah.
If you tell me Virat out, KL Rahul, I don't care whom I'm going in with.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's already some kind of confidence comes in that.
And to add to it, Chris Gale's form is a big question mark. AB also is having a dodgy elbow. So many things are going even against RCB.
And we know their bowling attack is not the best in the world.
Definitely not. Yes. So you said,
And this lineup there, this bowling lineup of Delhi could probably just run through the RCB
Very
team.
much. Yes.
And if they do that and the batsmen just come up good, you can have a great start to your campaign.
Absolutely. And if you can start with a win away
against RCB in Chinnaswamy.
Yes.
I mean, it'll do wonders for them.
Absolutely. So all's not lost for
No,
DD,
not at
way.
all. Things are falling in place.
Yeah.
Two things they need to do. One is tell Zahir that no captaincy, no bowling.
Yeah.
You're good, you're a great guy. There's nothing wrong.
Yes.
Even a Ricky Ponting has sat on the bench.
Absolutely.
So then there is nothing.
There's no point taking to the field, bowling 2 hours and then walking on the sidelines and not being an asset on the field.
And we know he's not the greatest of fielders. There's hardly any encouragement the youngsters will get by seeing him.
Yes.
You need somebody. See, Dhoni, even today, even if he doesn't score a run, just his presence is enough.
On the field, yes.
But unfortunately, that doesn't come for many people. And you can't even reach 5 people who can bring that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
But so I think if they just, keep Zahir on the side, I don't know whom they'll make captain if they don't get a new captain.
I don't think it's going to be Zahir. This was a googly from Rahul Dravid because they Delhi and Rajasthan, they have done this. They will never be very open. They like to be a little discreet, the suspense and everything. But Zahir is not going to be a good choice, and hopefully, like we said, they find a good captain very early. Otherwise,
I would pull up a Karun Nair and give him the captaincy kind of thing.
Well.
Give a youngster the thing. Tell him, anyway, you lead from the front. This is what it is. You look at the team.
I think Amit Mishra. I don't know. I just think.
See, the thing with the spinners is that you're not sure he'll play all the matches.
Amit Mishra has to.
Amit will have to.
Yes.
But I think
this is an interesting call. Karun Nair. I mean, yes, it is only the IPL, but to lead a team with some solid players, it can do your confidence world of good. So.
Yeah, because it's a short format. Most of the calls are made before the match about what. It's a few calls that you have to take when there's pressure. Do you bring in your best bowler and give him 1 over right now, to stem the flow of runs or try for a quick wicket? There are very few calls that you have to take. So it's almost like you can on autopilot manage a team.
Yeah.
But if all the youngsters know that this is the guy and, we all have a chance, I think you don't know. It's IPL. Kuch bhi ho sakta.
Kuch bhi ho sakta hai. Yes. So on that note,
I think I just hope that. See, you want a Delhi to do well for the simple reason that there's some competition. It's not that you have 2 teams which are getting thrashed by everybody.
And they have always threatened to break into the playoffs.
Oof.
But something somewhere has gone wrong. But I really, really hope I understand this is the 10th edition and everybody goes back into the pool. But for the fans' sake, for the tournament's sake, and they really need to.
Yeah.
They might not make the cut eventually, but if they can produce some quality cricket and stay in contention,
that's very important.
So that's
Great.
that.
We round off all the 8 teams in the IPL, and we have already told you whom we expect in the playoffs.
Yes.
So
write to us.
Yeah.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.